If you're watching this the day it got released, then I am day 3 of a bikepacking trip put on by Temple Cycles from their store in London all the way to their store in Bristol. And hopefully I'm not dead yet. So I've just finished packing my bike and getting all the gear ready to put on my bike, and I'm pretty chuffed with the way it came out. And I thought it might be interesting to you guys for me to share what I'm taking with me and how I'm going to pack up my bike. I also feel like there's parts of it that I'm either going to be like, oh, I wish I brought this, or I regret taking that. So there'll probably be a video in a few weeks time to just kind of full circle, and we'll trim down the ultimate bike packing kit setup if you're an amateur like me. Amateur. That being said, I am not new to bike packing, I just haven't done lots of it. The first time I went bike packing was when I was about 9 or 10 years old with my dad and his mate. We basically rode on our bikes to Mineheads, I think it was, camps there, and we stayed in this little triangle 2-man tent, my dad and his mate either side of me and then me in the middle, and it rained so heavy that night and they just got soaking wet. I was fine. But like I said, I've done it a bunch, but I am not good at packing bikes. I spend far too much time seeing how much I can get on my bike instead of thinking about what I'm taking and why I'm taking it. Good example is maybe 10 years ago, me and my wife went on a little trip, only like 20-30 miles or something away from our home, and we packed up our Carreras we had at the time with some really terrible bike wraps. They were really heavy. We got constant punctures and it just sucked. So today I'm going to show you my process of actually spending time and thinking about what I'm taking on my bike. Instead of just getting all my stuff and going, cool, put it on my bike, I've spent the last week or so now trimming it all down, thinking about what I'm taking, why I'm taking it, and is it light enough to pack on my bike. This is not one of those cool bike packing rig checks because I'm not cool. But seriously, it's not me telling you, oh, you should do this. I'm just sharing what I'm doing, and then we'll work out in a week's time whether it was worthwhile. So anyway, let's head to the garden because I recently serviced this bike, but the tubeless sealant needs a bit topping up. So let's go do that. I've recently serviced this bike. It's been ridden a bunch, you can tell by the dirty rims, but I'm going to let the air out of the tyre so that we can put some new sealant in, because I don't know when I last put sealant in. I'm using some Stan's tubular sealant. This stuff is super good. It's quite popular. Lots of people use it, and it's long lasting as well. So for someone like me who doesn't maintain their bikes very well, it's gonna be good. Now, I normally am quite happy to remove the tyre just a touch and then squirt in there instead of putting it through the valve, but the tyres are currently seated, and the last thing I need right now is for them to like unseat and then me not be able to seat them properly again. So using a syringe that this cost me like £10 on Amazon, I think it was, and it's so easy to just do it through the valve, and it is actually kind of a bit of a game changer. I think actually going forward I probably will use this to top up sealant. So yeah, that's what we're doing here. I'm such a convert when it comes to the click valves. I really like the way that they are super easy to just click the pump on there to pump them up, and I just, there's something about it that's innovation with bikes is kind of a bit all over the place, and a lot of it is kind of out of reach. A big innovation obviously is electronic components and stuff like that. I can't afford those, but I can afford some very nice little valves, or cores. So yeah, and look, it just clicks on and you can pump up the tyre. Okay, on to the bike packing section. So the rear rack is from Restrap. This is their new rack that the panniers I will pop on in a bit. And on top of it is my tent. This is my main part of my tent. And I have a rear light on the back, which is a very nice, it's made by Magic Shine or Magic Shine. I can't remember what the brand's called. It kind of shines on the tire and stuff, which is kind of cool. I like it. The battery life on it is pretty good. And the actual bracket I've just zip tied onto the back of the rack. This would generally go on your seat, on the seat rails on the saddle, but you just wouldn't be able to see it. So I put it on the rack with a couple of zip ties, which I was very chuffed with, if I'm honest. The frame bag is made by my friend Chris, Zolla Bagworks. He made this for the CTB a while ago, and he actually lent me the Dragonfly from Botch Cycles, which allows me to have bottle cages either side of my bag, which I think is really cool. The only problem is the strap kind of landed exactly where it was, which I think for this is fine. I do want him to actually move it a little bit higher in the future, so that will kind of resolve that issue. Moving up to the top, there's also two more feeders from Zolla. There's the different colours because they're from different bikes, but they're the ones I had available. And I also have the Swift Industries little bag that goes on top as well, which is going to be basically filled with sweets. For navigation, I've got a Garmin Explorer 2. The battery life on this sucks so bad that I have to have a battery pack plugged into it at all times for it to work, so that's awful. I've also put my bell here, which I kind of like. I don't hate this, but it's mainly because I've put these little horns on the bar for essential extra comfort. Doing any sort of big long trips and lots of cycling, having multiple positions to rest your hands is important. It's why I've put the bar tape and the string on here as well. Someone said the string's too rough for your hand. I think it's fine. And then obviously you can also use the grips to put your hands. So that's 1, 2, 3 different locations that I can rest my hands whilst I'm cycling, which I think is quite good. Oh, also no hands. I'm hoping I won't be so slow that I need a light, but I did put a light on my bike and I needed to 3D print a mount to put it on. Yeah, I'm that guy now that 3D print stuff. This isn't a design of my own. I've not got that deep into this world yet, but I do have a 3D printer that I will be doing some videos on very soon. I also 3D printed this little slide cord lock thing. Basically it's to put a handbrake on my bike when I've stopped and I've put it up against a wall. If you can get your front brake on, it just gives it a little bit more stability, and this purple bit is 3D printed and it slides down the cords to kind of hold the brake on. Works really well, but the plastic I've used is pretty brittle, so it's not actually staying on very well, and it may just break. So I'm going to see if I can find something else knocking around for this trip, but the idea is there. I will try and work it out a bit better, design something cool, and maybe do something else with it, because I think it's good, but just this doesn't work too good right now. But I'm basically just going to thread it onto my basket and it just hangs there for the trip, which I think is quite cool. I have another mount on the other side with my jousting rod, but it's a Restrap one. It's not one I've printed myself, this one. Little bracket on there with an adapter for the selfie stick. And the jousting rod, essentially I can put my 360 camera on the front of it and get some cool shots from the front of me. But if it's just all the way down, just getting shots of the scenery and people in front of me and stuff like that as well. Right then, so let's have a look at the bags and what I am packing. So this is one of the panniers from Restrap. Inside this bag, believe it or not, I have a hammer and some lightweight pegs. I know the hammer is crazy. It's not as heavy as you may think it is, but the pegs, because they are lightweight pegs, the weight of these pegs and the hammer is slightly lighter than the original pegs that came with the tent. I know that I could ditch the hammer and then it's even lighter still, and I may ditch it before I leave. I haven't 100% decided yet, but I kind of liked that it was there, you know, so we'll see about the hammer. There's a couple of volley straps in here. These are VO ones, which are quite nice. These are purely just in case. I don't need any straps to load anything else on there at the moment, but you never know what happens. The tent obviously is the tent, and then this is my toiletry bag. So inside my toiletry bag is some chamois butter, obviously needed, some deodorant, obviously needed, some wet ones. These are just good biodegradable ones. They, like, you know, freshen up and stuff, isn't it? Smidge, I get really bad swells. I swell up a lot when I get bitten by mozzies and midgies, so that's to save me at camp. That black thing is my shower gel, and then in this little pouch I have some sun cream, which is obviously a good thing to have. Toilet brush, toothbrush, and toothpaste, and a big thing of Vaseline for just helping me, for, you know, if I'm sore. Bag number 2 has a waterproof jacket, which I probably won't need, some extra clothes, some extra sweets, a power bank, a microfiber towel, and a sleeping bag. The jacket I'm mainly taking for the evenings just because it's lightweight and comfortable, maybe keep me warmer if I get cold. The clothes, it's basically for the camp. When you get there, you can have a shower or wash, whatever you get to do, and something clean to put on, just gonna make me feel better. This is the controversial bit, not to me, but to some of you, I'm sure, that I'm running a basket on the front, and the basket will have a basket bag in it. I like the way it feels, I like the way I can load it up, I like the versatility of it all. This is the Alakazam from Wizardworks. It's designed to fit exactly in the Manivel basket, which is the one I'm using, and I've got basically food stuff and sleeping stuff in here. So these are just treats for the first day, and then some kind of OT bar things for the whole trip. These are the treats. I then have some extra sweets in here, which will go in a different bag anyway. Chargers and cables, some coffee beans. You'll see more about that in a second. More wet ones for just day. Another extra strap. This stuff, I used to use this a lot when I was a courier and I was using big cargo bikes with grip shifts, and when your thumbs rubbed up against it all day, it kind of gets sore. This stuff's for like weightlifting and to wrap around your fingers and your hands to kind of a bit of protection. I don't wear gloves, and I'm definitely not going to be doing that in the summer, so just in case I get some hand sores, that can protect me. This is my pillow, and then I've got my sleeping mat as well. These are both Trekology. They're quite light, but they're also quite big and comfortable. I'm excited to use those. This is the roll bag to blow those up. A spork, titanium, 2 apparently, don't need 2, get rid of one of those. Anybody who's played Dirty Filthy Bikepacking board game by Jody Barton, I think his name was, knows that that's a cringe item. A Z-Lock, a combo one, for when I'm outside the shops, if I need to jump in to get some drinks or whatever I might need to do. And then my luxury item, which is a camping chair. I know that's nuts, but I have space, it's not heavy, and I kind of want to take it with me. The actual metal part, the legs and stuff, I'm thinking about strapping to the back of the bike instead, but the top bit can go in here. So for cook and coffee mainly, this is why I had beans. I'm taking this lightweight grinder. This was a treat to myself recently. It's super lightweight, and I kind of really dig a nice coffee in the morning. It sorts me out. And that's kind of what I drink. So that's that. The cook is essentially a titanium pot, a little tiny gas canister. I've got these little feet that go underneath it to kind of keep it stable, and the actual cooker itself is the BRS, I think it's titanium. It's super lightweight anyway. I bought this crazy time ago now, and I've used it so much, and it's like really held together. I really rate it. I think they're like 25 quid, 30 quid max. And you basically just screw it on top of your cooker and then you're winning. Nice.
So I've actually now attached the legs for the chair on top of the tent on the back. I still don't know 100% if this is where it's going to stay, but I realised that it would go on there easy, and it just moves some of that weight slightly back off the handlebars. We'll see how that feels. I'm going to go for another test ride later on, see how it feels, and maybe it will stay. So in my frame bag, the stuff I've got hidden in here are the tent poles. Great place to put your tent poles is in your frame bag, and a Cobra. My son once put this in my pannier when I was working as a courier, and it was potentially there for months because it was right at the bottom, and it scared the hell out of me one day, and I now carry it with me everywhere. He doesn't know I still have it, but if I'm traveling by bike or going big trips, it's my little lucky snake basically that I carry around with me. In the bottom section is my basically mechanical area. I have a very good pump, but it takes a long time to pump up big tires. So I also carry this Cyplus. This battery on this will last days, maybe even weeks, and it will pump up 6 tires, something like that. So it should be fine. This is my little emergency duct tape that has just got the roll from the middle taken out, and some extra straps just in case something breaks on the bags. So this is the tool bag that also goes in that section, carrying 2 TPU inner tubes. These aren't great for puncture protection, but they are super light if I want to just get out of the area I am with the puncture I've got. A park tool, it's nothing fancy, but it's got the bits I need. The only thing it doesn't have on it is a chain breaker, just in case you need to do something about your chain. This is a terrible one. I used to have this really nice little lightweight one. Couldn't find it to save my life. I don't know where it is. And then my tubeless repair kit, these little baking strips. These look kind of weird. I don't think they've been in there for a long time. I've got some others that I might take that are a bit newer. I don't know. Do they look all right? I don't know. We'll see. A SRAM quick link, just in case I break my chain or something like that. I can repair it with this, or at least enough to get me home or wherever I'm going that day. Part tool patches. These won't really work on the TPU ones, I think, and I don't have tubes in there, but they're so light, and just in case someone else has an issue, I've got them with me. And then an air tag, just because I want to keep track of my bike. This is a penny that a friend gave me recently. They picked it up and said, I need to give you this now because it's good luck, and it's been in my pocket since, and I thought I'd just chuck it in this bag and take a little bit of luck with me. Let's see if I've jinxed myself with all these lucky charms I've taken. Right, and that's about it really. I feel it's time to load the bags on, get them all strapped up and attached, and there's only one thing left to do. Should we go look at it?
Well, first things first, it looks the piece. I'm stoked the way it looks. I've spent so much time thinking about which bags to take and kind of how to attach them, and I feel like I've nailed that part at least. The packing is open for discussion. I know there's certain stuff in there that I've packed where you don't need to. This route is planned with lots of stops and cafes and restaurants, stuff like that. I don't really need to bring that much for food, but I kind of like to, so I feel like I'm gonna do that. So we'll see what happens there. But yeah, I don't think anything out of the ordinary where I'm like, oh, I'm not sure about this. The hammer maybe the hammer, but on reflection, there's a drought in the UK right now. The ground's so hard that it might be the only way to get pegs into the ground to hold the tent down. So maybe it's a real necessary thing to have with me. So we'll see, I guess. I'm definitely open for feedback here. Like I said, I've done bike packing a bunch, but I'm no bike packing pro adventurer. I ride my bike locally. basically. So tell me what you would do. Is anything you're like, never thought that's really good, or is it all just stuff that I'm doing wrong and you've got better ideas? Let me know down below. So the ride is split over 4 days. It is, I think it's about 70 miles the first day, about 50 the second day, and then 2 lots of 25 miles. The last 2 days will be very nice. When we get to the store in Bristol, I think there's a little bit of pie, a celebration, everybody's going to be stoked, and then I'm going to ride a further 25 miles back to my parents' house in Weston-super-Mare. So I'm kind of stoked, I'm excited about the whole thing. It's going to be a lot of fun, and I'm going to be filming the whole thing, and depending on how much I film and how much I've got to show, depends on how many videos I do on this afterwards. But let's say we're going to have a bit of a bike packing summer ahead of us. So not only this trip, I am also working on my cargo bike. If you saw my Instagram this week, I got some new bags for my cargo bike from Chris, SolidWorks as well. And me and my family are planning on doing a few like family bike packing trips, and I'm definitely going to be filming some of that as well. I'm also have a new bike for my wife from the lovely people at Marin. So we got to build her a bit of a newer bike packing rig. She uses either her Brompton or her Cute bike, which is a mini velo for commuting and stuff. So I wanted something with actual big wheels and a bit of capability for her to go bike packing with, because she'll have our daughter on there as well, and bags and things. So yeah, we wanted to kind of get something a bit beefier. So thanks for Marin to that. And I feel like that's all the updates and this video really right now. So if you're into this and you haven't subscribed yet, it would be a very good time to do it, because we've got lots of stuff to do. But let's call it there. So like I said, if you're new to the channel, feel free to hit the button down there. It's to subscribe. It's absolutely free and it helps me out a bunch. And if you can't wait until the next one, that one there is a particularly good one.